The following is a paid presentation of Guthrie Ranker Corporation.
In the last year, over 50 million people met a remarkable man named Anthony Robbins. Since then, his Personal Power audio program has helped hundreds of thousands of people master their finances, improve the quality of their relationships, and achieve peak physical performance. What is it that motivates world-class athletes, U.S. Army sharpshooters, medical professionals, Hollywood celebrities, best-selling authors like Ken Blanchard and Charles Gibbons, members of Congress, executives from AT&T and IBM, and other unique Americans from virtually all walks of life to seek out the knowledge of this one 30-year-old man? The answer to this and more on how you can master your finances, your emotions, and your life are here for you now in Personal Power with Anthony Robbins. You may know Fran Tarkenton as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He still holds NFL records that may never be broken. But today, Fran is the owner of 5 companies worth over $200 million, doing business in 29 countries around the world. And now, Fran will share with you his perspective on Anthony Robbins' new technology of success conditioning.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton. In my personal and professional life, I've always been absolutely committed to being the best at what I do. Last year, I visited Tony Robbins in his home in San Diego, the famous Del Mar Castle overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Since then, we've become close friends. Tony Robbins has powerfully influenced my life. And if you're willing, he can have a profound impact on you too. For over 10 years, Anthony Robbins has studied peak performance and identified the fundamental principles of success conditioning. You may have read his international best-selling book, Unlimited Power, now published in 11 languages around the world. And you may have heard about his renowned seminars, now sold out for months in advance. Tony Robbins is a peak performance consultant to major Fortune 500 companies. His achievements have been featured in national publications, and he's seen often on programs like The Today Show. Tony has achieved worldwide celebrity status by helping people overcome lifelong fears, lose weight, live life more passionately, and become financially independent. Before we get started, let's meet some fascinating people who've listened to and benefited from the Personal Power audio tapes. Meet Charles Gibbons, author of the #1 best-selling book, Wealth Without Risk. Charles Gibbons started with nothing and built an empire worth over $100 million. He's an avid listener of the Personal Power program.
There's no question about Tony Robbins' skills in teaching people success principles. The only question that a person listening can have is, can I do it? And Tony Robbins makes it simple enough that anybody can do it.
Claudine Schneider is one of only 28 women in the House of Representatives and is now serving her 5th consecutive term of office. She's devoted to issues like the environment, health care, and education. The Personal Power techniques have powerfully impacted her life.
Anyone can lay the information out for you. Many people can be inspirational, but to light the fire under people to get up, move on, and be part of the solution rather than part of the problem, to me, I think, is the gift that I constantly aspire to. It is one that Tony Robbins clearly has.
A lot of times people complain about having problems. Try to imagine spending 7 years in solitary confinement as a prisoner of war in a communist jail in North Vietnam. That's the experience that Captain Gerald Coffey lived through after being shot down in combat, and which he now describes in his book, Beyond Survival. He has deep respect for Tony Robbins and the techniques of Personal Power.
Tony has the ability to come down off the platform, to get off the pedestal, to not be a hero, but to give people an image to relate to. Say, yeah, if that guy could do that, then maybe I could too. And Tony knows how to do that, to get inside of people, because that's where the answers are.
Tony Robbins is truly remarkable. Today, only 35 minutes by helicopter from San Diego, we're together in Palm Springs, where Tony owns a second home. Tony, I'm really glad to be back with you again. And since we were last together, a lot of wonderful things have happened. Over 50 million people, can you imagine that, and watched our television show? Your personal power tapes are the best-selling tapes in America. Your seminars are sold out. Why do you think people are responding to the personal power program so well?
We have a technology here that really is unique and different. It's simple and it produces results. And I think people have been hungry for that for a long time. I think most people are disappointed. They've tried a lot of things and they don't work. You know where I was 6 years ago myself. You know, I'd been to all the seminars, I listened to all the tapes, and where I find myself, sabotaging myself, living in a 400-square-foot bachelor apartment, washing my dishes in the bathtub, feeling sorry for myself and feeling jaded like I tried everything, you know, totally broke, 38 pounds heavier than I am now, and I turned all that around in a year by using what we're sharing here. And what I basically did is discovered how do I condition my mind and emotions so that I can consistently take the actions that are in alignment with my goals. So I'm not fighting and trying to push myself and discipline myself, but so that those actions are automatic for me, as automatic as the old bad habits used to be.
But you brought up a good point. So many of our people, me included, you included, have been disappointed in people that we put faith and trust in. We tried things, none of them worked. We've listened to tapes before. Why this tape? Why these series of tapes more than somebody else's? Why can they work?
Well, you know as well as I do from seeing the results in the people it can, but I think the doubts that people have, the concerns that people have are legitimate because we are so conditioned. But I think that what's different here is instead of just affirmations or thinking positive, which are great, you can think positive all day long, but if you're running east looking for a sunset, you've got a problem. What I really think is most important is people have to get clear on exactly what it is that they want, and most people have never been guided to do that. Secondly, you got to get a good plan, and what we teach people is how to use role models, how to find somebody who's already getting the results that you really want, find out what they're doing and do the same things rather than reinventing the wheel. And thirdly, maybe the most important thing, we show people how to condition themselves to break through their fear and take action. Because listening to tapes or watching a video or taking notes or reading a book is never enough. You've got to take action. And I think what's really valuable in our tapes is we seem to be able to get people to take action. Each program, each tape, each day, when someone's done, we have them do something before they go to the next day. And it's something simple enough that anybody can accomplish it. But again, each day builds on the day before. And that's how you get lifelong success. You don't get it by one day just turning your life around. That kind of success is short-lived.
It erases all the negativity of the people that are around you that told you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it just takes those things and breaks them away, and all of a sudden you're like, I can do whatever I want to do, and I know I can.
I just kept trying one thing after another, and it was like when I hit Tony Robbins Technologies, that was the key that opened the door. And then right then, now that it opened the door, it opened the floodgates.
Tony, I've been in the athletic world, the entertainment world, and the business world, and I've seen people achieve great success in all three of those environments, but I don't see them happy in their life or fulfilled.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I think it's because they're focused on getting results instead of enjoying the process of life. I have to say I was one of those people. I was like driven. You know, most people ask me what makes people successful, and I usually say inspiration or desperation. I was pretty desperate in my life. I came out of a background I didn't like, and so I got really committed to like producing results, and I was out there pushing hard, and I was going to be the best, and I was going to be #1. I was going to make it happen. But then once I got those results, my brain said, is this all there is? And I realized my whole life was wired basically for me to achieve and contribute and make things happen so I could eventually be happy. And I changed that conditioning. I now, instead of achieve to be happy, I happily achieve. And it relates to what, you know, what I teach in this tape program, really. What I'm teaching in this program are 4 lessons, and the first lesson of being able to shape your destiny is how to really manage and master your emotions. Because most people never learn to manage that. You know, why do people overdrink? Why do they oversmoke? Why do they go out there and try to distract themselves through shopping or doing something else to try and change their focus? It's because they've really not learned how to master their own emotions. And, you know, look at people like Elvis Presley, or you look at a John Belushi or a Freddie Prinze, who seem to have all the quote-unquote success, and yet they're no longer here, and the quality of their life was questionable. And I think the second lesson is that most people never learn how to really master their physical body. You know, not just how you look, but the amount of energy that you have moment to moment, that determines how your life's going to be. I think most people fail because they run out of emotional gas while they're climbing the mountain of success. Third thing that causes people to be unhappy is they've never mastered their relationships. And how am I ever going to have a great relationship with you or my wife or my kids if I haven't mastered my relationship with myself? And the last one is mastering money. Not that money is the answer, but we live in a Western culture. And I believe you could sit here and I can make myself feel happy no matter what happens. But if I sit here and just meditate and make myself feel happy, and that's all I do, and just quote-unquote bliss out, somebody's going to come and take my furniture. You know, I got to learn in this world how to take control of my economics. So those 4 lessons are what personal power really teaches, only instead of just teaching it intellectually, We get people to make a little change in each of these areas each day where they master some of their emotions, they master some of their relationships, they master some of their physical body and their energy level, and they master some of the economics of their life.
This is an opportunity to bring the romance, the challenge, the excitement, the joy of the relationship that was there originally, bring it back and take it right.
As a result of listening to Tony Robbins' tapes, I lost 60 pounds in 4 months, and I have not gained that weight back because the technology that he teaches is so easy. All you have to do is make just a few little minor changes, and it lasts.
I had about $3,500 of production on the board, and then after I listened to the tapes, it was about a couple of weeks after that when everything was clicking together, and the sales just came out of nowhere, and then it was about $35,000 in production. I just couldn't believe it, and every sale closed.
Our volume tripled 300–400%, probably 2 weeks after we started listening to Tony's tapes. We went from about $15,000 a month to $75,000 a month in sales. That's a dramatic increase, and we've been able to sustain that increase over the last 14 months. So instead of being a company that was barely on the edge of making it, now we're a company that will do close to $1 million this year.
Many of us want things. That is, we say, gosh, I really want to be in a relationship. I really want to be able to earn more money. I really want to do something. And we have all this desire linked to it. We think it'll mean pleasure for us. But simultaneously, we have conditioned beliefs within us that we're not even aware of. We think, well, yeah, but if I get in a relationship, it may mean pain. And so we start to get in a relationship, and then we sabotage it. Or we start to make some money because we think, hey, that'll give us more freedom. We'll be able to give to other people. We'll be able to have some things for ourselves. But simultaneously, we have these beliefs that said, hey, if you make a lot of money, people will judge you. Or you won't be spiritual. Or you won't care anymore. So it's those mixed associations of pain and pleasure that stop us from succeeding. This program will show you how to change that conditioning so that in life, you can get yourself to follow through by conditioning purely pleasure to the things you need to do to succeed and pain to the things you no longer want to be able to do. In other words, we'll give you the ability or the skill that you already have. That is the skill to condition your mind so you behave consistent with your goals and so that you're pulled towards them effortlessly. I know that sounds like almost too good to be true, but think about it. When you associate pleasure to something and no pain, you and I both know you'll take action. Please study this. Open yourself up to a new technology and a new level of possibility and personal success.
So what do you really want? Better relationships, more energy and enthusiasm for your life. Would you like to make more money and actually achieve financial independence? Would you like to let go of your fears and doubts and learn to just go for it, to take action right now? Would you like to overcome procrastination and self-sabotage and live your life with passion? Now, for these things and more, Tony Robbins' breakthrough technology of success conditioning really works. It worked for Ken Blanchard, who took 15 strokes off his golf game after one session with Tony Robbins. It also worked for the U.S. Army, where Tony was hired to cut training times in half. It's worked for members of Congress, best-selling authors, actors, psychologists, athletes, and for hundreds of thousands of people just like you. Now, perhaps you've seen Tony Robbins on programs like The Today Show or the CBS Evening News, or shows where he's used these techniques to eliminate phobias in less than 1 hour for people who've been in therapy for years. Well, he now commands $35,000 and more for his corporate speaking engagements. And now you can hire him as your own personal success coach through this 30-day program. Here's how it works. Tony Robbins has created 24 audio cassettes, each containing life-changing information that he teaches in his live seminars. Each day, you'll listen to one cassette, after which you'll take one simple action that will move you in the direction of achieving your true goals and desires. Every day, you'll build on the success of the day before, while mastering a breakthrough technology for your own consistent personal achievement. Listening to these personal power tapes is like hiring Tony Robbins as your own personal success coach. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost $300 or more.
But because we're offering this directly through television, Personal Power can now be yours for only $179.95. With your Personal Power program, you'll also receive 4 subliminal audio cassettes recorded in state-of-the-art 3-dimensional sound. Plus, as a bonus, we'll send you the Success Journal for keeping a record of your daily progress and these convenient summary cards for your daily use. We're so convinced that Personal Power will give you the results you desire. It will take all the risk out of your making a decision now. Order these tapes and use our money-back guarantee to judge their value for yourself. We know you'll be totally satisfied, but if for any reason you're not, just return the program within 30 days for a full refund, no questions asked. Plus, as a special bonus, you'll receive free a full 1-year subscription to the Robbins Research Newsletter, your personal connection to Tony Robbins. Choose the entire Personal Power program at the special price of $179.95. We'll even extend our 30-day money-back guarantee to 60 days, so you get to experience the results of the entire Success system. Now, you have nothing to lose, so call now. And at least order this program and give it a try. You owe it to yourself to discover what Tony Robbins has to offer. And now you can do it risk-free by just making one phone call. Take action now. Go to your phone. Make the call. Believe me, you'll be very glad you did. Now, let's get back to our program.
Golf superstar Sally Little has won over 15 major tournaments, including the Dinosaur Invitational and the Canadian Women's Open. But for most of the 1980s, Sally was sidelined by illness and frustrating setbacks. She lost her enthusiasm for golf and for life.
I had gone the normal route for most frustrated athletes. I'd seen the sports psychologists and basically didn't get much out of it until Tony Robbins. And golf to me now has become fun again, whereas it was not fun for me. I didn't enjoy playing, and it was my life, and he's given that back to me.
Tony, we've used the word success conditioning over and over. Tell our friends out there and me, what does that really mean, and how does it work?
I think the most important thing for us to realize is that a good deal of our behavior is conditioned. A lot of things we do are on automatic pilot. If I reach out here to grab your hand, you know, your hand goes out, you don't think about it. But there are a lot of emotional conditioned patterns. Somebody says something to you and you just respond. Or you get angry and you reach for food or alcohol or a cigarette or a TV to distract yourself. We're on automatic pilot a good deal of the time. And what's important for us to realize is conditioning is a fact of life. It's happening to us all the time.
Whether we want to be conditioned or not, it's happening to us.
Advertisers are spending billions of dollars, and we are constantly being impacted. If I say to most people, Winston tastes good like A, most of them are going to say cigarette should, or how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S. What we don't realize is we're constantly being bombarded with messages, with conditioned emotions. Every advertiser, every car advertiser, Pontiac is selling us excitement. Hyundai is telling us we'll be intelligent if we buy theirs. Mercedes is telling us we'll have prestige. Pepsi spent $15 million, Fran, for Michael Jackson, for 3 60-second commercials to condition us, because we like the feeling he gives us. Well, if we want to feel that way, we're supposed to reach for a Pepsi. He doesn't even drink Pepsi. So if you don't have a plan for conditioning your own mind and emotions, you're going to fall into somebody else's plan. That's just reality. And if you want to be physically fit, you certainly don't go out one time and do aerobics one time and say, boy, now I'll be healthy for life. What you do is you go and you condition yourself on a consistent basis, and what happens is each day you make a little bit of progress until now you are vital and strong and you have your power. And the same thing is true with your emotions. If you don't exercise your emotions, if you don't take control of your courage and your compassion, if you don't utilize them, you lose them. But if you condition yourself, you can be courageous in places where you used to be fearful. You can feel strong in places you were weak or afraid. You can find yourself following through where you used to procrastinate. But that's what this whole system really is.
This guy's onto something. He has figured out not only how to communicate well, but also how to persuade others to act, to take the first step toward change for the better.
It's a very specific system with rules and with results. And in that way, it represents a technology to me.
The wonderful thing about the Personal Power tapes is you don't have to start at the beginning and wait until you've finished all of them 30 days later to develop the skills. Every moment of that tape that you listen to with Tony Robbins, each tape will increase your skill level at handling success. Everything you learn can be applied that day. Instant results. That's what we're looking for. That's what you get in those tapes.
You know, Tony, I get really bothered when I hear people tell me all the reasons why they cannot do something, they cannot succeed. Either I'm too small or too slow, or not smart enough, or I didn't get educated in the right place, my family doesn't have the right kind of money, or I'm black, or I'm a woman, or I'm a Hispanic, or all those reasons. And so I've built in my own excuses of why I can't succeed, so I don't.
Right.
Can we change those patterns?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Bill Cosby, or Elizabeth Dole is a woman who's incredibly successful, or Sam Walton didn't exactly go to Harvard. Well, yourself, you're in the Hall of Fame. You were supposed to be too small. I was too young. We all have reasons that if we want to focus on why we can't succeed, we can make that very real. Whatever we focus on, we get. Some things you talked about are very real. But what we have to do, again, is condition ourselves to change those beliefs that the outside world is going to determine our success. The only thing that's going to determine it is the inside world. The things that you believe and the actions you take every day are what shape your destiny. And although there will be challenges, there's no doubt. Although people will judge you, there's no doubt. Although the people put up walls, there's no doubt. But you can make it through those walls if you focus on where's the hole. If you focus on how do I get over the wall or under it or around it. And people that succeed focus on what they can do, how to make things work, instead of focusing on, well, it probably won't work anyway, so why even try? If you look for answers, if you focus on answers, you'll get them. But you got to not give up. You got to stop making excuses. You got to take some action. That's what personal power is, the ability to take action in spite of all the fears, in spite of all the reasons why you couldn't make it.
Yeah, but I'm out there and I'm saying, yeah, that's great for your talk. But I know you all say greatness is inside of all, but I don't really think there's any greatness in me. Do you think there's greatness in all of us?
I think greatness is everyone's heritage. And I say that not just as a one-liner, I say it because I believe it's real.
I do too.
That every one of us inside of us has a special gift.
I agree.
And every single one of us inside of us, it's our job to discover what it is, unfold it, utilize it, and live it in this lifetime. And when we do that, we feel incredibly fulfilled, and we feel like our life has real meaning.
I don't mean to be making another commercial, but I really believe that your tapes can help take that thing and get it out of here. Yeah. And if we can do that, we've offered a great service, and I hope we can.
I do too. Thanks, Fran.
Every one of us in our lives has experienced times when we thought things were absolutely hopeless. Like everything we worked for had gone down the drain. Like we were failures in life. Have you ever felt that way? I certainly have. All of my life, I've dreamed of playing in the Super Bowl. Then I got there. Not just once, not twice, but 3 times. And I lost every single time. And in front of the largest television audience in the world. I thought I had lost the game of my life. Did I want to quit? Yes. Did I want to give up? You bet I did. But I didn't. Today, thanks to Tony Robbins, I really feel I'm tapping into my own personal power more than ever. He's reminded me of my ability to shape my destiny, to keep pursuing what I want. And now I'm playing in a much bigger game. I'm playing in the Super Bowl of life, and I'm winning. Results in my own life are what sold me on Tony Robbins, and I'm not alone. Over 1 million people, men and women alike, have benefited from his success conditioning technology, and now you can too. So what are you waiting for? The truth is, in life, the clock is ticking, and our time together is almost up. So now it's up to you. All it takes is for you to decide to make an investment in yourself. So pick up the phone and take control of your life.
Call now and order the complete Personal Power 30-Day Success System for only $179.95. You'll receive 24 audio cassettes, each containing life-changing information that Tony Robbins teaches in his live seminars. You'll get 4 subliminal audio cassettes recorded in 3D holophonic stereo, this success journal, and these convenient summary cards for your daily use. Plus, as a special bonus, you'll receive free a full 1-year subscription to the Robbins Research Newsletter, your personal connection to Tony Robbins.
Now, if you're at all skeptical about the results described in this program, we can certainly appreciate that. But you need to know that this program is unique and that it works. No one interviewed in this show was paid to endorse this program. Each contributed their time and their reputation out of their desire to give something back for the incredible results they received. Now they want you to benefit as well. We're so convinced that Personal Power will give you the results you desire. It will take all the risk out of your making a decision now.
Choose the entire Personal Power program at the special price of $179.95. And use our 60-day money-back guarantee to judge for yourself the value of this personal success system. Please call now.
Let me tell you how much I believe in this program. Pick up the phone now and order Personal Power. If you're not thoroughly satisfied with this program, you send it back to me, Fran Tarkenton, and you'll get your money back. Now, there's no reason for you not to order these tapes. I'm willing to put myself on the line for you. All I'm asking you to do is give these tapes a try. So go for it. Take action now. On behalf of Guthrie Rinker Corporation, I'm Fran Tarkenton, wishing you the best of success.
I knew in the first 24 hours I had made the right decision. I opened the package up, listened to the tape, and the power of just the first tape, already I knew that changes were going to be happening.
You know, most of my life I've studied how human beings have been conditioned to behave. And there's some conditioning that you and I had when we were very, very young. And it was that conditioning around the word no. Most of us have learned to fear pain so much that anything new, anything that might even be able to expand us, oftentimes we'll say no to just to protect ourselves. Kind of like you ever walk into a place to buy some clothing and the first thing that somebody asks you is, can I help you? What's the immediate response? No, I'm just looking. I think that real choice comes from learning to be able to say the word yes. From being able to condition yourself to say yes to life, yes to opportunity, yes to possibility. To look at what is really possible instead of immediately trying to protect ourselves from things that maybe we don't need to protect ourselves from. Maybe things that could expand our life completely. I know that in my life there are very few things that have enhanced my life that have come from me saying no to them. But there are a lot of things that were sometimes tough choices for me that when I finally said yes, I will do it, my whole life expanded. I encourage you to take a look at saying yes in accordance with whatever makes your life bigger and brighter and stronger, more aware and more full and more rich. You deserve to learn to say the word yes to yourself more often.
And it's the people that know how to just do it, to go for it, to get it done. They don't pay off on effort. They pay off on results. And the listeners that get the results are the ones that will act, and act now.
I've lost well over 1,000 pounds in my life, putting it on, taking it off, so forth. That'll never happen to me again because the loss this time is between here and here.
I always watch these shows and I see the people and I wonder, it's like, they've got to be actors. Nobody's really going to stand up there and say something like this. But I'm just a regular person who lives in a regular town and who bought some tapes and they worked.
Every success I have in my life, from the relationship with my children or my wife, has come because I've learned to tap into that spring of energy that's within every one of us. I hope you'll explore it and discover that life really can be more passionate, that you can really make life the adventure it deserves to be.